Live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado, it's Windsor High School football. This broadcast is brought to you by Schrader Oil, fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good. Now for the play-by-play, here's Eric Friehauf and Cody McCoy.
Welcome to Windsor High School Athletics. Tonight, live on Stream It Sports from Windsor High School in beautiful Windsor, Colorado. The Windsor Wizards host the Skyline Falcons in Colorado High School action. Hello, my name is Eric Friehauf, along with my partner here, Cody McCoy, and on the camera is Max Fink, bringing you a much-anticipated matchup for the season. Both teams coming in at 7-1, and really the teams to really look at here is Skyline and Windsor's ability to be able to play their type of game in this 4A matchup. Hi again, this is Eric Friehauf. Thanking you so much for making it up here in Northern Colorado. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful weather. We're not going to get any snow tonight, I hope not. And if I look up there, the moon's behind the clouds. That means that there's no werewolves, so we're going to have actually everybody out here being able to play this game in their normal suits. You take a look at Windsor in their wine, gold over at the side, corn on this right side, kicking off. This is going to be an exciting game. We're going to talk to you a little bit about the statistics through this game. A little squib kick goes out of bounds at about the 11-yard line. Penalty.
First flag of the evening.
Well, it is senior night, and what you did not get to see before that kickoff was 23 seniors from Windsor High School. We're going to talk a little bit about them throughout tonight, honoring them and their 4 years here at Windsor High School. But right now, I don't think they're worried about the accolades of what happened the past 3 years or the past 8 games. They're ready to play against a team that averages 52 points per game. No, I didn't say 5.2, I said 52. In fact, twice this year they've scored 70 points in a game, but they also give up 30, so they are an offensive-minded team. And behind there is McGregor looking over this with motion. And right now you're going to look at what you're going to find is the strength of Windsor, which is their defense. The defense for Windsor's only allowed 9 points per game, 72 points total for the year. And what they've done is they've created a stalwart defense that tries to stop anything up through the middle, but realize that when you play against the Skyline Falcons, you're not playing against things up the middle too often, though you will get to see Hollingsworth, number 1. He has over 1,528 yards this season on 162 carries.
False start coming here, number 4 it looks like. Kind of had a Canadian Football League head start there as the receiver.
Yeah, that is an
arena football.
Kind of an odd arena football, Canadian football type of a play. If those of you haven't watched it before, they are allowing motion towards the line of scrimmage by those receivers as they're running their routes, but not in good US of A football. I've just made it back over the pond and enjoying tonight watching this Northern Colorado matchup. McGregor sees on the outside a little bubble screen. Somebody gets tackled on the sideline. Well played by Windsor. They stretched out, knew that they are going to have to be able to handle against a couple of key receivers for Skyline. Number 4, West, he has 795 yards so far this season, averaging 16 yards per carry. Puts it at 3rd and long. 3rd and what, 13?
I believe so. We've talked about Windsor's defense. They're just so good at wrapping up and completing that first tackle. And then, you know, the rest of the linebackers and everyone else is gaining up on get that guy on the ground.
Fundamentally sound. So fundamental, they won their last game 44-0 because they played great defense. Getting into the backfield. McGregor almost put on his back, but Windsor putting a lot of pressure up through the front. Almost a blitz from the outside linebacker. Wasn't able to hit it down the middle. 4th down and 11. They'll be able to kick that.
And I don't care what you say. If you can have a team averaging 50 points and get them off the field in 3 plays, you have done your job.
They are amazing. They get 305 yards per game rushing and 163 yards per game passing. Overall, they're outdoing the Windsor Wizards by 168 yards per game. Outside, looking like it was a fake punt. Almost looked like it ran it out. A flag in the backfield. It looks like it hits a Skyline player. That should be actually placed up about 20 yards up. It hit I think there's going to be somebody else making that. Flag is holding on Skyline. I think what's going to happen is if Windsor's going to push it back and have them kick off again. Kick it again.
That's what it looks like.
Special teams going back out. Push them back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. That would make it 4th and about 24. We'll see how they measure it out.
And with that rugby style kicking, you never know. The ball could take a weird bounce and hop back the other way to help out that field position.
Well, both teams will be kicking in a rugby style or that side, running out to the sideline. Number 27, Moses Rivera. He's a senior for Skyline. See how much time he gets this next time. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure. See if they can get a return out. That ball almost hit the ground. Short kick, waving it off, seeing where it is. Stop short. Windsor is going to have the ball in Skyline territory on the 41-yard line. We'll keep it here with you on this first round. It's 10 minutes, 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Score is 0-0. Windsor kicked it off at the beginning of the game. Skyline really only gained 1 positive yard on a rush up through the middle, 2 yards, but then went backwards a couple of times. Diving up through the middle, picking up a solid 6 yards. Montague. Montague, a junior, has 274 yards on the season. Averages about 5 yards per carry. He got 1 extra on that one, 6. Apodaca under. Another good solid run.
And this is what Windsor wants to do. They want to run it up the gut, get behind those big offensive linemen, get 3 or 4 or 5 yards every play, keep that clock moving, and make that defense tired by the end of the game.
That's a nice little push. If you take a look at it on average, Windsor rushing about 236 yards per game and only about 64 yards through the air. So you will see a lot of this flex bone being ran. And you also see the quarterback taking his option a lot of times. Apodaca is actually the leading rusher. The leading rusher for Windsor. He has 510 yards on the season, averaging 6 yards per carry. But again, he's got 85 carries, and he's typically the option he's making the linebackers or the defensive backs make choices. First down for Windsor at the 9-minute mark in this first quarter.
We got that
could have been an easy one.
Wow. Number 22 running back.
He got a little
huge jump.
I think Isaiah was looking for that. He's a sophomore. Plays not only fullback, but he's a linebacker, 5'2", 190 pounds, but he was able to move it forward 5 yards. That's one thing consistent about Windsor. Each game they progress with their system, and everybody continues to believe in it, and then more and more can contribute to it. In fact, if you try to take a look at their rushing is distributed between Ramirez, Trout, Salazar, Montague. You got to see that one there. Nobody is a dominant runner, but everyone is a dominant runner because it's a part of it. Oh, had him wide open to go to the end zone. Ramirez breaks by the linebacker. Apodaca just could not hit him. Little seam right there on the right side.
Wide open.
He was. Just let him a little bit too long. Almost Ramirez must have been bumped at about 3 or 4 down. Took him off of his path. Able to try to get out there just right out of the fingertips. It is a little cool tonight. We'll talk to you a little bit about that. It's not snowing, but it could snow almost because it's about 36 degrees. Should be dropping down about 34 degrees by the time we get to the end of this game. Trying to find it out. Ramirez, after not getting the pass, then turns what's going to be a small play into a huge 15-yard run by cutting back up across the field.
Yeah, great cutback. Ran into some blockers, didn't have a lot of room. Kept his vision across the whole field, and wow, nice run.
Ramirez averaging four yards per game. He's a senior, number 1, Brandon. He's got 41 carries on the year, 168 yards. His longest was 25, but I think he was going to try to take this 20-yard one and see if he could take it to the house. He could not. Oh, lead blocker could not get through there. Skyline plugs the hole and pulls them back. Nice defensive play by Skyline.
Skyline's got their big boys in there at defensive line, making sure they can plug up any holes. And
well, Windsor went with the fullback up through the middle to see if he was going to clear something out, and that hole just fell apart as he was going through there. Got second down, 7 minutes, 18 seconds left in this first quarter. Abadega goes around, looks like he was going to hand it off. Keeps it for himself.
Abadega with the quarterback keeper gets to about the line of scrimmage. That'll bring a 3rd and goal from the 5.
3rd and 5. Big game tonight. I talked to you a little bit about the Wizards winning 44-0 over Greeley Central Wildcats. Last week, Skyline Falcons beat the Lambkins 35-28, but they had a command on that game until they got into the fourth quarter, and then the Lambkins started scoring points on them, 21 in that fourth quarter, and Falcons were able to hold on to that game and finish it out. Little pitch out, full team pushing forward, and it is a touchdown at 6 minutes, 29 seconds into the first quarter. First possession, series of possessions for Windsor. They're able to march down from the 41-yard line, so a total of 41 yards on that full drive.
As a classic Windsor Wizards possession, only threw it, I think dropped back to pass twice.
Yep.
Rest and run it up the gut, get behind that offensive line and do what you do best.
Well, we're talking about seniors tonight, and we got Julia Broghammer, number 3, the senior, stepping up there, doing a fantastic job this year, both in PAT as well as in field goals.
And I got to tell you, she's gotten better and better as the season has gone on. I think she missed her first 2 when we were here, our very first game, and she's just not missed since. She has been dialed in and dominant.
Solid kick there. We're going to take a short little timeout here, and then we'll come right back to you, listen to our sponsors, and we'll get right back to you.
Everyone complains about millennials. Nonsense. Millennials, I salute you. You save money like no other generation. You share cars, Wi-Fi passwords, canoes, deodorants. My grandson bought a pair of pants with me. They share pants. Today's his pants day. No baby boomer ever shared a pair of pants with me.
Well, 6 minutes, 29 seconds left in this first quarter, and both teams wanting to come out and show what their presence are. A high-scoring, high-powered offense from Skyline that likes to throw the ball and get down the field. Got stopped early on by Windsor. Then Windsor comes back and plays their smash-mouth offense as well as defense. Little bounce kick. Can special teams make sure they get them wrapped up? Good play by number 6, Brady Bollinger, the sophomore. Oh, I look like that was number 10, but he's going to say number 8, Dominic Serrano, the sophomore. I was going to say,
I think you beat him to it.
I think it was number 6, Brady Bollinger, that did that one. The PA announced was going to give it to the other one, but one of the nice things about this broadcast tonight, it is live, and then you can actually watch it on demand for free after this, all in HD. Stream It Sports. Brought to you by your sponsor. A little movement on that right side, and that's where you were worried about it. You knew that if they could break it open, he could do it, and he goes all the way. Hollingsworth breaks it over the right tackle. Jeremy, the junior, just runs 67 yards and nearly ties this game up. They still have to get the PAT.
Wow, he hit that hole and turned on the Jets.
And boy, when you start talking about a player that has 1,528 yards on the season, he didn't get those from just little 5-yard and 10-yard carries. He has a line that broke it open, and he had just marched down the field all by himself, outrunning most of the Windsor secondary. Could not take him down.
And he was also bigger than their safeties, so that's a tough combination to beat.
Big play by Skyline. They did get smashed in the mouth by this Windsor defense, but they did come back and played their ball, which is getting down the field. Looks like somebody coming into the, little offsides. Encroachment. I think what they'll do is they'll decline it. It's a PAT. I'm not sure why they would want to have the extra half yard. It'd be half the distance. Unless they want to go for two. Yep, they're going to go for a 2-point.
Try to make them pay for it, take the lead here early.
Boy, that's a stiff penalty just to be able to jump off sides, put them in a position where they could do a dive, but they also got to adjust their defense. Right now, really the defense for Windsor has not changed for this new setup.
Sticking with the special teams defense.
McGregor.
Means those boys had to adjust and call a play on their own.
Well, he's not going to do the dive, but McGregor's going to keep his options open. Tries to look up over the middle. Had somebody on the back end line. Windsor had lost him for a moment, but throws it over his head. That looked like a
Tom Brady Gronk type play, but just
could not get up in the air. I was trying to get. He was not covered at all. I think the Windsor secondary missed him as he went to the middle of the back end zone. Ball was just about 3 or 4 inches too high for the receiver. Receiver didn't look like he could get up off. Maybe he was just setting his feet, but the pass was too fast. Well, that puts it at 6 minutes, 13 seconds. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be right back to you here on Stream It Sports Live.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Welcome back. It's 6 minutes, 13 seconds left in this first quarter. Both teams have take swings at each other. Windsor with smash mouth to get a 41-yard drive for a touchdown, and then turned right back around. The Skyline does a 67-yard single play from the line, and Hollingsworth, who is a big runner, gets it all the way down. Now Skyline, who misses.
Well, pooch kick. Oh my gosh. Skyline, it bounced right into his stomach, and he just couldn't grab it. Wow.
Onside kick. Ball was in the air for close to 12 yards, 15 yards. Ball bounces. Windsor player just watches it hit the ground. Hits a Skyline player, like you said. Fortunately, Windsor, they cover for it.
Really catching a break. That was kind of a halfway onside kick. Got enough air on it for his team to get there, but it took a bounce right into Skyline's stomach, and he just didn't have his hands ready. Windsor catching a break.
When you're on the road, and Skyline does score a lot of points on the road, they scored 70 on the road earlier this year. They will take chances and try to be in there. And on the road against Windsor, they know they're going to play against a tough team. Pitch out wide. Enough speed. Get around. Shucks one of his. And pushes forward another 2 yards. He could have been dropped at the 10 yards, but he was able to get 2 more by falling forward.
Great patience by him. Wasn't a broken play, but that hole was not there to begin with. He was patient.
Wow,
quick speed of burst.
I was concerned about the speed. Was he going to be able to get around? He was able to stretch out his arm, push him off, and then cut upfield. That gives him a first down. Now in Skyline territory, Windsor trying to do that same march they did again. Handoff up underneath, and I don't think Skyline was going to let that go anywhere. And that was wrapped up by number 55, Connor Smith, the senior from Skyline.
As soon as that ball was handed off, they were eating him up.
It was blown up, and I think really that's going to be tough to go up through the middle there. Skyline's just playing with some strong players. That makes that 2nd and 11. Apodaca comes up on line, single in the back. Here comes the flex. Looking down. I don't think Connor had any sight of where the receiver was at. Skyline did a great job, the Falcons, getting back into the backfield. Fortunate that day wasn't a turnover either, because that ball was batted slightly up and Skyline could have picked that one off. All right, it's 3rd and 11. Windsor is not a long passing team, though they do have a go-to type of play. Oh, reverse around the outside, able to pick it up, breaks through. Skyline doesn't see it. And what do you know?
What a play call.
Number 33. If I'm correct, he just said number 33 ran it the whole way. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And there is on their roster sheet for the game. Was it 27? 25. Okay. 37. John Morgan took it all the way down. The junior, 5'9", just breaks it out around side. It was almost like a reverse. Broghammer
nails another one. I don't even think the laces were straight on that hold.
You know, that was a big play in a big situation. 3rd and 11. Windsor not known for their passing game. Runs a kind of a quick pitch reverse around to the outside, and they were able to seal on this left side, and he was able to break down the field.
Blockers were placed perfectly. Everyone held their block, gave him a hole. He turned on the jets, and he was out.
Boy, this is a game where you take a look at the average score for Windsor is holding their opponent to 9 points. Windsor scoring 27 points. After these first few possessions, aside from the initial stop, both teams are showing some power within their offense that could make this quite a spirited game for tonight.
Big plays so far, just in the first quarter.
And if you're going to talk about a team and you're going to try to see if you can outscore them, you do not outscore the Skyline Falcons. The Wizards are going to need to hold their defense a little bit more this next time around. Well, it's 14-6, 4 minutes, 56 seconds left in this first quarter. It's been exciting so far. Welcome to Stream It Sports. In high definition, on the ground. Bounce. How's that special teams holding? Breaks through, gets wrapped up right at the 28-yard line. All right, 3rd possession for the Skyline Falcons. Michael Sylvia, he's in his 3rd season. He took a team in 2015 that went 2-8. Last year he came back with a 2016 season of 7-3. Quite a turnaround for them. And now has his team at 7-1. Only lost to Monarch in conference. They are 2-1 in conference, where Windsor's 3-0. And I tell you, this junior McGregor is part of that power that Skyline brings to this game. 163 yards passing per game. He likes to pick them apart. Will Windsor have that secondary able to look at it? Hollingsworth trying to come up through the middle. He is the runner, though. Rushing 191 yards per game. Cody, I don't think you rushed 191 yards per game. Or did you?
Nope.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that. Well, as fast as he was running, I just hope our cameraman, Max Fink, doesn't get a little whiplash as he ran through there. But, again, we talk about Windsor. Where do they predicate their game on? It's the defense. Again, Hollingsworth breaks through the line. They're trying to tackle him. A couple shirt tails, almost pulling him down, but could not. Great blocking scheme by Skyline up front, allowing him to get those extra yards. But once he gets into that secondary, that's where Windsor's going to be able to have their DBs or their linebackers able to stay home.
Going to have to finish the plays, wrap up and tackle. On that run, he did a straight right angle towards the sideline.
He did. He
and he got a few more yards, got the first down because of it.
He did. 1st and 10, Skyline's 40-yard line. 3 minutes, 48 seconds left in this first quarter. 14-6. McGregor hands it off again, up through the middle again. Hollingsworth.
You got to give credit to this offensive line making that great initial push, giving him a chance to beat those safeties.
You know, I was in Scotland about last week, and they talked about mince meat, and that's what they eat out there. And Hollingsworth right now is mincing up the meat out here as he's been cruising through the middle of that line. And really, I think from Coach Chris Jones, he's really looked for those linebackers to plug that hole. But right now, I don't think they're finding it. Pulling it. Oh, that was a backwards pass, and it is covered. Solo tackle out on the wing by Brett Freitag, the senior. He was out there, read it like it was something that he knew was coming about, especially with the pulling guard. They thought there might be a run, but he pushed it out there. It was also a lateral pass. If you saw it, it went back about a yard. So if he would have missed that pass, it was on the ground, it was live. But that's a loss of 5 yards, big play. Exactly where they wanted to have the Falcons. McGregor sees it.
Play.
Oh, he sees it was wide open, slides. Oh, a flag could have come down. They did not throw it.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a foot
first. It was a bang play, but
yep.
Usually you see an automatic flag on those.
Yeah,
even if it's not I mean, just ask Joe Flacco from last night.
That's college and in high school. When you go down and you're sliding, or you just go down and touch with the knee or anything, you're down. Quarterback doing that. It is 3rd and 5. The Falcons, McGregor looking over it in the backfield. Number 27, Moses Rivera. Got a couple of stacks. Handoff fake. McGregor tries to put it out there, but he's short a yard on the run. He does fake the handoff, but could not pick it up. But they are in Windsor territory. McGregor staying on field. Hollingsworth right behind him. Number 4, Kyle West. Watch out. Kyle West is a receiver that he likes to hit. 748 yards on the season. He goes and sets up on the offset. McGregor looks to the sideline. There is no play clock.
Skyline using that spread offense. They don't really get into a huddle, so they can take a little more time at the line of scrimmage, see what the defense comes up with.
It looks like he's trying to draw him off. It looks like a timeout. They were going to try to draw it. What's interesting is that he wasn't creating a cadence in his call. We're going to take a short little timeout with them as well, too. We'll come right back. 1:12 left. Stream It Sports. 14-6. 1:12 in this first quarter. Come right back.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
We're right back here with you up here in northern Colorado, beautiful Windsor, Colorado. Class 4A clash between the visitors, Skyline Falcons versus the Windsor Wizards. First quarter, both these teams are showing them what they're about. 14-6, 4th down, 1 yard. Skyline split backs, movement. McGregor holds on to the ball, runs into him. Does not get the first down.
I don't think he got it.
Up. Might have lost a half a yard, but Windsor comes in, stuffs the holes.
What a push by that defensive line.
Quite a push by them. Smash mouth defense decides to say, all right, I've been pushed around a little bit too much, but on this 4th and short, I'll block the hole. That gives Windsor Wizards, who've had starting opportunities. Their first possession was a starting opportunity on the 41-yard line of Skyline, marched it down, got a field goal, touchdown with a good PAT. Their second possession, they were on their own 42-yard line, marched it down, got a touchdown. Now their third possession, they started about the 38. Connor going back for a pass and was just smothered. And a flag comes up.
I think they hit him low. He went down. The knees kind of buckled in an awkward position.
Late hit. Oh, hit him in the head. And that would be considered a personal foul. Now that's going to be 15 forward, but it won't take him to the position of the zone line, the first down, but he should get a automatic first down. 15, from the spot. Puts him at about a half a yard short of the standard first down. So that puts it at, should be a first down. I was going to say.
Chains are moving.
Got to give a shout out to Bobby Warner and the PA. He's got the crowd roused, and we talk about a great crowd. Windsor fans are stalwart fans as well as their team. They like to come out. 58 seconds left in first quarter. Clock's running, 14-6. First down. Handoff back. Apodaca sees that there's room. Jaden Trout, the senior, runs it all the way through the middle, cuts back. Looks like they're going to the left, cuts back right across the back end of the overshift from the defense and runs it all the way down. We're talking about big plays. This is a game of big plays tonight.
We're just in the first quarter. 20-6, bunch of big plays. Wow.
20-6. And we already have seen 3 big plays over 40 yards.
If you look at that play, the Skyline linebackers and defensive line had that really well played.
It's all
nothing behind or nothing after. So once he was able to break across, nothing but green field.
Brockhammer back for the PAT, chips it up. Perfect for the night. Gives the Wizards a 21-6. We're going to take a break. It's 42 seconds left in this first quarter, 21-6. The home team, Windsor Wizards, are leading the Skyline Falcons here on Stream It Sports Live.
Who wants more peas?
Go away.
Oh, Daddy hates pop-up ads.
Go away.
Hashtag dinner time.
Scroll forward.
Choose selfie. No. Selfie.
Go forward.
Delete selfie.
Go away.
Then picture.
Bookmark. Go away.
No, post photo.
Scroll up. Scroll forward.
Hashtag gravy.
Faster. Go faster.
The First Bank mobile app. Technology has never been so easy.
Welcome back to Stream It Sports here in the first quarter. About 41 seconds left.
Well, you got to give credit for that number 9, Jaden Trout. He had a fantastic run. As a senior, you want one of those types of runs on your last home game. They finish up the season on the road against Fort Collins next week. But you like the senior going down there and showing him that he does have some speed and some distance and some intelligence. Talking about speed and intelligence, Skyline moves it down the field all the way down to the 38-yard line. Trout, total yards on the season, 295 yards. Averages about 36 yards, 37 yards per game. I think he just matched what he gets per game right there and was able to add to that great total for the season.
See how Skyline bounces back here after that 4th and 1 stop and then a quick big play by the Wizards.
Big stop. Got to give credit to the Windsor Wizards. Hollinsworth trying to come up through, and now a little adjustment, and that's one thing you'll notice about Coach Chris Jones. Each quarter and each possession, he comes back and he'll actually work with the team on the bench, helping the main coaches for defense or offense make the adjustments. And in that situation, the middle linebacker comes in and stuffs the hole, even though McGregor got through the middle of the line. I mean, it was Hollingsworth, excuse me. A lot of sideline calls based off of defensive sets. And the clock runs out here at the end of the first quarter. The Windsor Wizards, the hosts, 7-1 this season, are leading 3-0 in the conference and leading the visitors Skyline Falcons 21-6. We're going to take a break, come back here on Stream It Sports Live here in HD.
Everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Well, we're at the start of the second quarter, excuse me. We've scored so much it feels like it's the second half. Windsor Wizards are leading 21-6. Now it's first possession of this second quarter for the Skyline Falcons. 4 out. Hollinsworth up through the middle again. Gets solid yards. Nobody touches him until he's at least 9 or 10 yards down the field. Nothing from a linebacker or a lineman had a hand on him. No contact. Windsor allows a 15-yard, looks like a 18-yard gain.
And if I'm Skyline, you got to keep giving him the ball. He's been getting really consistently 5-6. I mean, I'm sure his average carry is over 15 because that one big run, but you got to keep handing him the ball.
He's got just an amazing presence, but that big line is definitely blown open the hole for him. Play action, and you see it in the backfield, wrapped up, taken down.
Looks like he was about to.
Bo Little, the junior linebacker, 6 foot, 195 pounds, gets into the backfield, and boy, I tell you, if he didn't get into the backfield, there was a wide open receiver down on the right side.
He was about to huck it too.
He was. Great play. Fantastic play by Bo Little, the junior. Coming in from behind, there's a wrap up, gets back to the original line of scrimmage at first down. Makes it 3rd and 10.
6-yard gain on the play, bring up 3rd down and 11. On the 44-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and 10. Skyline Falcons have some offense of power that we have not seen yet, and that's the pass. Fake pass, cannot saddle him.
Great move, got the first down.
Dodging him left and right, was able to get down, and nobody could wrap him up once he broke through that initial line. Gets him a first down, 12 yards.
The first tackle could have happened at the 40-yard line, but he was able to break it and get to that first down.
When they've been on their heels, the Falcons have been able to find a way. Bubble screen on the outside, almost. There's a lot of contact down the outside, possible
even
holding.
A hold. I saw jersey being pulled.
It was, but the bubble screen didn't work. It's about the 2nd or 3rd time that they actually went to that.
They're going to lose about 7 yards because it was a lateral pass.
It was a lateral behind him.
Went out of bounds. Wow, that's a
big loss.
Odd swing of things.
Big loss. Candy is flying. I saw a
Snicker bar come up.
I saw a Snicker bar come up. And that Snicker bar, we talk about boxes of candy, Snicker bars, everything flies up from those.
Even the kitchen sink we've seen.
Uh-oh. I have not had the kitchen sink before, but I guess it's pretty good. Long distance looking down. Cut inside, is not able to see his receiver. Receiver was cutting back in. I think McGregor was expecting an outward cut to the sideline. Wathan is what we're going to pronounce it as.
That was a
miscommunication, I think, on that route, because it looked like McGregor was thrown to the sideline on that one.
And just back to that, I mean, losing 7 yards on that lateral pass.
3rd and 20. He's not going to, he's putting it all the way up, but nobody ran. Again, his receiver cuts in. Jack Wathan does an inside route, but McGregor's throwing it to the goalpost, I mean to the sideline, or the pylon if you want to call it that, and it was not seeing any receiver close in. 9 minutes, 53 seconds left in the second quarter. Skyline just trying to get down the field, was doing great with running. Now they're passing, they're trying to go back to it because they really need to pick up, what, 3rd and 20? They were trying to go down deep, but could not find a receiver underneath to be able to pick that up. Rollout punt down the sideline. Looks like that went out roughly about the, wow, it must have hit right there. 9 yards. Well, we talked about 23 seniors tonight by the Windsor Wizards, and you know, if you started going through it in numerical order, we want to give a big shout out to the parents of and to a great player that's played very well for Windsor. Number 1, Brandon Ramirez, the senior, plays both wingback as well as fullback, a 5'10", 200-pounder. He's been a great player up through the middle as a running back. And I'm sure his parents were proud of how he's played throughout this year. Apodaca fakes the handoff. The ball is pulled out, and it is a turnover. Wow. Apodaca falling to the ground, not all the way to the ground. Skyline just punches it out of his arms. The ball becomes free. Big momentum shift here now. First turnover for Windsor this game.
And the Windsor defense was just sitting on the bench getting all coached up, and then they had to sprint out there and get back on the field with a tough position already in the red zone.
It's considered on your heels now, and we're going to see what happens and how they can recover from this. Up through the middle, you knew it was going to happen. One play. Hollingsworth just runs up right through the middle, and the defense wasn't even ready for it. They were trying to recover from the turnover, and big turnover impact there gives them 6 more points at the 9-minute, 38-second point.
What a swing.
Left in the second quarter.
We were just talking about how
it's huge.
Skyline lost the 7 yards, had to punt it, and within 3 plays, got ourselves a closer ball game.
Last touchdown that Skyline got, they got offsides by Windsor. Went for a 2-point conversion, see if they could get a little of an edge. They come back down here and they just go for the field goal. All right, 21-13. This game is back in order. Skyline strips the ball, puts it into the hands of Wizards to see how they'll respond. We're going to take a short time out here on Stream It Sports Live.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
You're watching Windsor High School Athletics.
For 21-13, 9 minutes, 38 seconds left in this second quarter. Windsor had this game in their hands with a 21-6 and marching down the field, but Apodaca turns the ball over in one play. McGregor runs it in, Hollingsworth runs it in. On that kickoff, that short kickoff, you get a little nervous when the ball sits on the ground for a second or two, and nobody's touched it from Windsor.
Yeah, as soon as it goes past the 10-yard line, that is a live ball. I'm sure the coaching staff.
That would be a long onside kick if they were able to convert that. Probably the first in history of doing a 60-yard onside kick, but we could definitely do that.
I know what happened to the Chiefs a few weeks ago. It was a safety punt, hit the ball, Antonio Brown didn't grab it, and Chiefs got it. So it has happened even to the professionals.
All right, let's see what Apodaca can do now. Hang on to the ball, trying to get it up through the middle, shucking a couple of tacklers. Was going to get a loss of about a yard, but is able to push it up. Montague moves it forward about 3 yards. That's all on him. Sorry about that. Second and 6, 9 minutes, 8 seconds left. 9 minutes left in this second quarter. We're checking if the Goblins are out tonight because we got a little hiccup in one of the sounds. Pitch out wide. Sees him going. Finds the speed. Can he outrun them? He could go all the way and finishes it. Big play. Pitch outside. Nobody's going. Falcons get a little intermittent video on that, but you should have seen that full play. Marching down close to 60. Brockhammer out for her 4th PAT kit, and they respond to the turnover by Apodaca with the fumble and the 7-yard or 8-yard run by Hollingsworth. They come right back and they run a 60-yard plus run along the sidelines, on the left sidelines by Salazar. This game is difficulty with our camera coming in and out, and it sometimes feeds some of the sound as well too, because we're going directly through that. 66 yards by Salazar, 2 plays, and it's a touchdown. 8 minutes, 38 seconds left in the second quarter, 28-13. We'll update that to graphic on the bottom of this screen once we're getting ourselves going with our camera. Max Fink doing yeoman's work there, trying to get through the troubleshooting. And an excellent producer. Work goes down, works as a team. As always, Cody McCoy gets in there. Short little kick. Fair catch by number 13. I'm not sure how many times he's received short kickoffs, but that was Austin Robinson, the sophomore. Very smart play by the sophomore. Sees the ball up in the air. And in that process, calls a fair catch. Back on again. Sorry about that. All right. It's a night of big plays. Both teams using big plays to be in this game. Will the Windsor defense be able to stop Hollingsworth, who's been averaging over 191 yards per game? He has close Was that the problem? Here we go. I think we're back on. Sorry about that. Big play by the Falcons. They get up 8 yards on the play, makes it 2nd and 2. Had some power difficulties in there where they kicked out our power, and we're back on now again. McGregor knows who to go to, and it's wrapped up in the back quarter. Loss of 1 yard. Amazing what electricity and Thomas Edison and Westinghouse gave us. You do know that Westinghouse invented AC, and that's what we're broadcasting on as an AC current. 3rd down and 2, and we're talking about a lot of power as well out there on the field. Both teams have a lot of power, and both of them are trying to march down the court. A little movement. Number 13, tight end, does a little hitch before the ball's hiked. Not caught, but gets down the field. Great play. McGregor seen him when he was open. 1st down, it was a 3rd down and 3. 6 minutes, 37 seconds left here in this second quarter, 28-13.
First down and 10 for the Falcons.
Falcons have a lot of assets underneath their belt. McGregor working out of the shotgun. Fake handoff, a little underneath pass. Another 10-yard gain.
McGregor's pass complete to West, across the 25 to about the 22-yard line.
Kyle West, the junior. I think Skyline's starting to find a rhythm. They're finding that their running play has set up now some of the downfield play. Seeing if he can pull some of those linebackers back. McGregor gets the handoff up through the middle, gets wrapped up later. Brought down.
Hollingsworth, the ball carrier. 5-yard gain on the play, bringing up 2nd down and 5.
That looked like the Aaron Bauer.
Almost to 12.
The junior takes him down. 2nd and 4. Hollingsworth again almost tripped up. Looks like he was trying to make a cut. And that back leg kind of goes down. Puts it at 3rd and 2.
Bring up 3rd down and 3.
3rd and 3, correction. Beautiful night out here in Windsor, Colorado. 3rd and 3. Can Windsor stuff the middle where Hollingsworth has been making it through many times into the backfield? Or will this go up into the air? Quick pass underneath. You knew it was coming through.
Great save tackle, though. Able to wrap him up, wait for his buddy to help him finish the tackle. Almost waltzed in for that touchdown.
That goes to West. Number 4, one of his favorite receivers, McGregor goes to. Defense making the shove. That was a quick.
Nowhere to go.
Wow, amazing. Defense-wise, Windsor was trying to make the adjustment. They had a linebacker trying to run up onto the left side, but in the pitch, the right side of the Windsor defense was able to make it into the backfield. Gets a loss of 5. 2nd and 9, goal to go. Defense is going to have to show their stalwartness tonight on this set. Handoff underneath and is pulled down at the line of scrimmage. In fact, almost a loss of a half yard. 52, Zach Carnley, the senior, comes out, 6'1", 225 pounds. Yes, we talk about seniors, and now we're going to talk about 52, making a big play, moving it back to 3rd, and it looks like 10. Big play by the defense that needs to go on now. Slant underneath. West gets in front of the DB. Gets it right into his hand, waltzes in. No stranger to the end zone either. West waltzes in and gives them 6 points, putting it at 28-19 with the PAT. Potential here. 3 minutes, 47 seconds left in the second quarter. Yes, that's right. We are talking about 3 minutes, 47 seconds left in the first half. Both teams scoring almost at will. PAT is good. 28-20. This is a 1 score plus a 2-point PAT. We'll take a timeout here on Stream It Sports Live. We have a lot of points on the board. Which team is going to respond defensively? We'll see next.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
It looks like they're on the go. And speaking of on the go, welcome back. 3 minutes, 47 seconds left in this second quarter. 28-20. The Falcons are not quitting. They're coming back and marching down the field, and they've done that this last time through a passing attack that Windsor could not stop. A couple of slants, and Hollingsworth balanced it out in their recipe up through the middle. Windsor had a couple of good stops, but could not stop them on third downs. Pooch kick over to the sideline. Steps out of bounds. They are going to call it that he caught the ball out of bounds, which would have put it on.
That was kind of odd. Why would you not just let it go out of bounds?
So the flag is that he stepped out of bounds. Question was he out of bounds when he received the ball?
I think he's picking up the flag.
Picking it up. Now, if he was out of bounds, caught the ball while he was out of bounds, so he didn't make an effort to stay in bounds, I'm not sure if the flag would have gone on that one.
That's a really weird possibility. I don't know why they wouldn't have let it just go out of bounds, take the flag, and take the yards, but that was odd.
Cody,
I'm not sure what would have happened. You're right. if he would have caught it out of bounds.
Here's what we're going to do, Cody. We're going to put armchairs on these chairs, and we're going to have a good analysis of it. Great analysis
figure it out,
yeah, I agree. I would have thought you just let it out, but I'm sure he was standing on the line, wondering if it was coming in. Apodaca tries to hand it up underneath. Can't get it going. Gets about a yard. Montague. We talked about some other seniors here. We talked a little bit about number 3, Julia Broghammer, who's doing the kicking. She's done perfect tonight for PAT 444. She's a senior. Fantastic inspiration for those around the team and how well she has progressed as a kicker through her years here. And then you do get to see a lot of Connor Apodaca, homecoming king. I did get to see him there the last time I was here. Number 7, Connor Apodaca has just had a stellar season for the Windsor Wizards. Under center, trying to pass it. His receivers are taken up. He's trying to look down. Doesn't see it. Pedersen comes through, throws it short. Pedersen, one of his biggest players that he wanted to come into, passes it underneath. Number 27, Moses Rivera, the senior.
Bang, bang play. The receiver could have caught it, or easily an interception as well.
Little rollout by Apodaca, trying to see if he could buy a little more time, but could not find his receiver. Needed to get down there a little bit further. Well, I tell you, it's a cool, brisk night, and I tell you, hand warmers are definitely key for producers, and I can see my producer breaking his out. And
I just saw them sitting there. Forgot I had them.
I should have put my toe warmers in there. Pitch out to the side. Apodaca, see if he could do it. Nice cut back up the field. Not able to get it all the way, but picks up about 5 yards. Give it up. Jaden Trout, we're talking about another senior who's had a big carry, close to 41-yard run, scamper in for a touchdown earlier in this first half. Picks up 5 yards to there. Jaden Trout, spelled Jaedyn. Yes, Jaden Trout, the senior, plays both the wingback and also an outside linebacker, 6'2", 215 pounds. Also has had a great season for Windsor so far. The punt.
Rugby-style kick.
Sees that nobody's there, runs it all the way down.
With a horse collar.
Brandon Ramirez, who not only punts for Windsor, is a running back for Windsor. No flags for people being down the field too far.
No horse collar either. I thought that was Sorry about that, folks. Some coaches in the booth. I'm sure a little bit of frustration on that play, but great run by the punter. Timeout on the field, 2 minutes left. 28-20. We'll take a quick timeout here on Stream It Sports and bring you the rest of this first half.
Who wants more peas?
Go away.
Oh, Daddy hates pop-up ads. Who wants
Go
more?
away.
Hashtag dinner time.
Scroll forward.
Choose selfie. No. Selfie.
Go forward.
Delete selfie.
Go away.
Then picture.
Bookmark. Go away.
No, post photo.
Scroll up. Scroll forward.
Hashtag gravy.
Faster. Go faster.
The First Bank mobile app. Technology has never been so easy.
Well, we're back live. You got to hear the magical voice of Cody McCoy while we were over there trying to straighten out a visiting team, Skyline Falcons. Play callers are knocking us off of power a couple times. So I was trying to be kind in the spirit of the season. Number 22 gets up through the middle.
Still up.
Isaiah Salazar, the sophomore. This is all predicated off the fake punt to get the first down after a 4th and 1. Ramirez was able to drive it down about 20 yards down the field. And now we're continuing on with this drive. A minute 50 seconds left in this second quarter, 28-20. Big plays. Windsor is just coming right back to it. Both teams moving the ball up and down the field at their will. Apodaca looks up underneath, sees Brandon Ramirez on a seam pass go into the end zone, and there you go. You march it down the field. You have a special play to keep the momentum going. Now with a minute 33 seconds left, they put a little cushion in there, 34-20, with Broghammer coming out, who has done well so far tonight. PAT's up, chips it up over the defense and finishes it out with a 35-20. We're going to take a short break here on Stream It Sports Live. 35-20, the home team Windsor Wizards are leading the visiting Skyline Falcons here on Stream It Sports Live.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Well, it's 35-20, minute 33 seconds left in this second quarter. I don't know which is hotter, the Windsor Wizards, the Skyline Falcons, or this hot tea that I have in front of me trying to keep me warm while we broadcast this game.
Hopefully my hand warmers can keep up, get there soon.
Everything is hot out here tonight, and I tell you, on the field, they're going to have to replace some of those burn streaks from those long-distance runs because these teams are playing some major offensive games. The defenses are going to need to be able to come back into this right at the feet. Almost wrapped up. Stops him at the 21-yard line. Good special teams coverage by Windsor, not giving him much on the play. Well, I'd have to say there was only one play for a touchdown that was under 40 yards, I have to say, for this game. One single play that probably was a under 40-yard single play for touchdown, and that was the slant pass to number 4 West for the Falcons. Everything else has been,
here we go again,
40 to 60 yards. Nice play by McGregor. He sees his man down the field.
Great slant pass. The receiver was able to get head and shoulders in front of that DB. Keep his space, hit him in stride. Nice gain.
And this is a hurry-up offense the Falcons are going to do. They want to score big. Hollinsworth gets the ball up underneath. Nobody sees him. He dodges underneath and is able to get another 11 yards out of it. They are not going to sit back. There's a minute left. The clock is running. Both teams have timeouts. Oh, they did not give him the first down. It was only till the 9.
Under 50 seconds.
Timeout. Timeout is being charged to Skyline. 47.5 seconds. This looks like a short timeout on the field. We're going to keep it with you right here. 35-20, 47.5 seconds left on the clock here in the second quarter. Skyline has found their passing game. They've been able to pick apart a little bit on the inside with Hollingsworth and the way they were been running the ball. And now he's going back and putting it up in the air on really about 10 to 15 yard types of slants or ISOs on the outside. That balance attack has given them a lot of yards, but they have not had enough yards to be able to put it in the end zone as often as Windsor has tonight.
I want to give a quick shout out to sponsors, First Bank, Schrader Oil, and Pedersen Toyota. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the winter season, coming up here a lot quicker than we do think. The basketball schedule is just released for Streaming Sports. Go ahead and send a quick email to rmccoy@streamingsports.com. That's rmccoy@streamingsports.com, Eric.
I believe the gym right now is not 32 degrees.
Kind of looking forward to those
outside
podcasts.
it is 32 degrees, but that's okay. We got some stalwart fans out here enjoying the night. I'm sure they got the toe warmers as well as the hand warmers. And now we'll see how the Windsor defense up long and over the top.
A man was open.
Yes. That was West going down through the middle, and McGregor trying to throw it up to him. That's putting it 3rd and 1. They're going for the jugular. Again, we talked about it. Most touchdowns have been over 40-yard gains from the line of scrimmage from either team for a single play on a touchdown. So lots of receivers there. Holding on to the ball. Was he able to get it short a half yard?
That is going to be close.
Short a half yard. It looks like he could have dove, but couldn't get there. We got official weather here tonight. It is 37, but feels 30-ish or less.
I think they're going to be short. I think they're going to bring out the chains, but it looks short from our
officials' timeout. They're going to do a. Well, if they got the ball nose touching the 45-yard line, then it's definitely a 4th here.
4th and 1, 28 seconds left here. The last time Skyline was in this position, they got stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
They do, and you got to take a look at Skyline. If I was them, I would use the quick slant pass that they've been so successful for on their last few drives. That gets them at least 3 or 4 yards, and you know that Windsor's going to suck it up inside, making sure nothing's dove over through the middle by the McGregor, or that Hollingsworth goes up through the middle untouched. Windsor is known, though, for these types of stops. They got one of those early on in the game. In fact, it was a 4th and 1 in the first quarter going the other way, and they stuffed McGregor, who had faked the handoff and tried to go up off the right guard or the right tackle, and Windsor said not anything like that through this. Fourth down. Sorry about that. We lost some feet again, and we got some motion. Motion on that clock, on that line. It's going to move them back 5 yards. That moves it back 5 yards. Exactly what Windsor was looking for.
And Eric, we have an update from the Weather Channel. Supposedly it might be snowing here in the next 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. They were not expecting any precip for us tonight. Fortunately, we have our backup plan. Our tarp behind us will pull over top of us, give you some of this live coverage. 4th down, McGregor looks for the slant. He finds him, gets more than the yards necessary for it.
McGregor's pass complete, tackle made by the Wizards, number 17, Darren Peoples. Ball inside the 25-yard line.
Not the play that we were looking for from the defense to be able to stop them on 4th and 6.
The clock does stop on the first down there with Spike it, so really only one or 2 seconds ran off the clock there.
Well, and they have 2 timeouts left for them. It looks like on the board they're showing 2 timeouts, if that's the case.
21.8 seconds remaining.
They save it. They spike the ball. Have a short timeout, so we're staying here with you. 21.8 seconds left. Skyline trying to get into the red zone.
I think they just spiked it. They're going to. Ball is snapped. We're back here live. Ball deep, receiver open. The ball is picked off.
Picked off in the end zone.
13 seconds left.
Big play by number 2, Tate Galton, the junior. Defensive back, 5'8", steps in there and is able to get the interception. I'm also trying to double check, did any clock time go off the clock? 13.8 seconds left.
Yes, 21 was when that play was started.
Right.
We'll see if Windsor just takes a knee. And
thank you for that call. We were trying to get the power plug back in. Quick pitch on the outside. Another big play running down. Solid, almost a horse collar tackle. 22, Isaiah Salazar, the sophomore, picks up 20. Timeout for Windsor. See what they can do.
7.7 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Seconds left in this second quarter. 35-20. Windsor looking to see what they can do with that 7 seconds. But Cody, this has been a fun game. Aside from some of the technical difficulties we've had with power, the game on the field has been everything you've been wanting for out of a 4A high school game.
Ups and downs, really a game of runs in this first half. It'll be exciting to see
the adjustments at halftime.
Yeah, and see just what really happens, and if the big plays continue to happen or not in that second half.
Well, one thing you do not want here is a turnover or a fumble that gets ran back. So they're going to have to definitely take care of the ball.
I think a knee would be smart here, but they did just call a timeout. I'm sure something.
Quick pitch, see if they can get something on the outside again. Salazar. Fumble on the ground. There is a clock has expired, but they're going to double check the flag. If it's against the offense, could have been holding. It's in the area of holding.
I see the offense walking off.
What a half. They pick up the flag, holding. It would be declined, and that will end this amazing first half, 35-20. The hometown Windsor Wizards are leading the Skyline Falcons in a spectacular game of mega yardage on every opportunity to score. What can the adjustments be made at this halftime? We're going to go and take a break with them and come back to you after halftime. We'll break this down for you. And live here on Stream of Sports, we're going to give you a halftime.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
Wayne, Everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
You're watching Windsor High School Athletics.
This life, it isn't.
Well, welcome back from that halftime. Windsor Wizards are coming out onto the field. Skyline's already been out for about 5 minutes from that halftime. Scores 35-20 in the favor of the Wizards over the Falcons. And boy, this halftime would have been a discussion among many discussions amongst the defensive prowess of each one of those teams, trying to be able to make sure that they make the adjustments and stop these big gain and big yardage touchdowns by both teams. But more importantly, we have a second half, and if we're going at the rate of how people score, Falcons have scored twice this year, 70 points, have given up 40 points to 50 points in those games. And so you know that the Falcons, who average 28 points in the second half, so they are very good at scoring in the second half, are going to come out here and try to give it their all. Windsor, who has really held their opponents to 9 points per game, is well outside the realm of what their defensive prowess have been. But for the most part, they do have options to be able to adjust in the second half. In fact, they hold their opponents to less points in the second half than they do in the first half as well, too. So welcome back. We are at the beginning of the third quarter here in the cool and possibly snowy. You will catch it here in high definition as well, too, here on Stream It Sports if it does start snowing. But we've seen the cloud banks coming in from the north, and they could start getting us into this particular game.
And from those who don't know, we do broadcast outside. Randall, McCoy, and David Haase in Fort Collins, they get the nice warm booth, but
we are the outside.
We're going with it. We got the team out here. We got a lot of equipment, but we're happy to bring you this game tonight. Just mind our complaining every once in a while.
I have hot tea in front of me.
Very true.
You know.
My goldfish were not as
goldfish are not as warm as hot tea.
Newsflash, folks. I'm trying to get my hand warmers to get going here, but thanks for joining us here tonight.
Well, the opening kick in the second half is going to go to Windsor. They kicked off the last, on the first half, they were able to hold the Falcons and make them punt and then go down and score a touchdown. Now we'll see what happens with the Falcons make their defense. There is a question. Flag. Potentially offsides.
Skyline, pushed 5 yards back, kick from 35.
You gotta wonder, how does something like that happen?
You know, coming out of a half, you know that you want all the gears clicking the right way for your team. You make the adjustments. You've pretty much commanded the team to come out there and play flawless football. And in that situation, they get just a ticky-tack, probably wrong person at the wrong time, or just started going down the field. They're trying to warm up. But that is favorable for the Windsor Wizards, depending on what type of kick we're talking about here, because you do know that the Falcons have tried an onside kick here after they had scored their first touchdown, and they kind of pooch kicked it and almost got it back. Now we'll see what happens here to start this second half. Gets a big foot into it. Falls down after receiving the ball, number 1, excuse me. Brandon Ramirez, the senior. We talked about it being a little bit slippery now. We might see some moisture coming through here. There's been only one time that I think Windsor's started this far back in their level, and that last time it was a turnover by Apodaca on a dive up through the middle. Handoff on the outside. 22. Isaiah Salazar, the sophomore, gets strung out, gains 1 yard.
Tackle made by Skyline's number 77, Isaac.
Well, that's your first defensive adjustment coming into this second half, is can you stop some of the big runs? Salazar had a big run. Ramirez has had good runs. You had Apodaca playing very well up through the middle. Second down and 9. That would be two in motion. There was about 5 flags that went down on that play. If you took a look at the 5 flags, they all fell at the same time. They're going to decline it. I'm not sure. They're declining it. It must have been a illegal motion.
A penalty's declined. Bring up 3rd down and 10.
Not sure what the call was on that, but that puts the Windsor Wizards on their heels, because they are not a long distance down the field type of passing team. They're typically a running team. Apodaca runs over to the sideline, talks to Coach Jones, tries to get the play in, and 10 minutes, 52 seconds left in this third quarter, 35-20. Apodaca looks back. So it's a delay a game.
Penalty on the Wizards.
Not the best start for the Wizards. Not much more room for them to go.
They are going to call a timeout. They said they're going to catch it there.
10:39 to go in the third. Their first charge timeout.
Definitely not the execution that Windsor was looking for coming out of the halftime. Interesting enough, if you took a look at the halftime, Windsor stayed in. I think that's a little messy. I wouldn't be using those like that. So my producer here has warmed up his hands, but also blackened his hands with the hot pockets, because he's been shaking.
They're still not even warm.
They're not even warm. You know, speaking of warm, Skyline has come out and played very warm. They came out and executed well these first few plays defensively. And Windsor has definitely come out a little cold. 3rd and 9 on the 10-yard line. Same play again. Handoff up through the middle. Montague. No, Brandon Ramirez is getting down the field. He had some lead blockers. 3rd and 9 turns into a 1st and 10 at the Falcons' 40-yard line.
What a timeout called. 3rd and 9. You thought they were just trying to get their heads back in it, just getting ready to punt. Goes for the 1st down and plenty more on the big running play.
That veer or flex bone that the Windsor Wizards were using did a perfect opportunity for them to misdirect. Ramirez comes up on back underneath and then cuts back and then up through about the left guard, left tackle, going downfield. Big play for Wizards who are on their heels. Handoff to number 17. He's finding crafty throw. Darren Peoples, the junior. He had feet that were dancing down the field, and he was feeling like he could get the plus yardage, and he was able to sift him right through the linebackers. Falcons a little on their heels now as well, too. Their defense had 2 good stops, 3 good stops actually, plus some penalties against the Wizards. But the Wizards come right back. .9:41 left in this 3rd quarter. Wizards on a big drive. They had started on the 9-yard line after Ramirez slipped on the kickoff. Again, hands it off. Ramirez feels good. Gains another 6, 8 yards, 9 yards. About a yard short. Are they putting it on the line? Yard short. 2nd and 1. Big plays tonight by both teams. Only 1 turnover in the game by Windsor early on that turned into a score for the Falcons. Everything else have been big plays from the lines for both teams. Apodaca hands it off right up through the middle. Number 22, Isaiah Salazar, sophomore, picks up 6, takes it down to the 9-yard line, so it is 1st and goal at the 9. I tell you, both offensive lines must be handling the opposing team, because there has been just tremendous gain up through the middle. You also got to give credit to the running backs being able to find the seams and being able to break through that initial line, getting into the backfield. 1st and 9, 8 minutes, 18 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Veer hands off short underneath. Good old Noah Montague, number 24, marches ahead for 4 yards. The junior fullback just pushed it forward. No, I do want to give a big shout out. We're talking about coolness here, but I tell you, there are some people in some warm weather sitting in Montgomery, Alabama. We're going to talk about Ken Berwick and his wife Kim. They are both excited about watching their grandson, their daughter out here, Charity, as they're watching Noah Montague play a game out here in the coolness of Colorado, and they're in the comfort of their own home in Montgomery, Alabama. We get people from all over the country and all over the world that actually watch these games live streamed, but we thank them so much for coming on and watching tonight. They got to be happy about that. And almost a touchdown, but almost an interception. Apodaca was trying to lead him a little bit too far. Almost looked like Wyatt Adams coming across there. Well, Charity is sitting about 5 rows down from us, if you're wondering, Ken and Kim. And she is bundled up with her hubby, and they are cheering beyond belief out here. And they are just happier than ever to see their son out there playing the game. Nice cutback. And was able to dive through. They're going to call him down at the half-yard line.
I think his knee must have hit the ground on the stretch.
Cuts through, tries to slice, and as he's diving for the end zone, his knee hits the ground before the ball crosses that. No replay here in live football here. You could do replay if you'd like, because this is an on-demand as well as live. That puts him on the line. 4th and 1. 4th and 1. They are going for it Too deep of an angle for a kick. Apodaca hands off up through the back, and he dives into the end zone. Noah Montague, number 24, waltzes across the right guard, right between the tackle and the guard, gets into the end zone, and the junior fullback gets a touchdown, putting it to 41-20, 6 minutes, 34 seconds left in this third quarter. And I believe not only the Windsor fans are yelling out loud, but I heard some pretty loud shouts coming from the southeast, where they do know how to play football in Alabama. Brockhammer comes up. Julia, the senior. Brockhammer. We are going to take a short timeout here on Stream It Sports Live. I tell you, these sponsors have been fantastic this year, and we sure enjoy having them bring these types of games to you. I'm actually going to keep it here a little bit because they are going quickly through their exchange, and we also have a producer that has something all over his hands. He's trying to clean it off. Looks like coal almost. Hey, we're talking about seniors tonight, and I want to also bring up some other seniors. Number 18, Bryce Kellum, the senior defensive back, 6'1", 165 pounds, is out there, and great to see him play through a season and have these seniors, 23 seniors for Windsor tonight. Joey Geller, number 26, is also senior, defensive lineman. We talked about Brett Freitag, who had a big hit early on with regards to a tackle that helped out. These seniors, all of them, have come together because if you talk about this season, this was the season of 14, because 100 years ago, Windsor had their first football team. And that first football team only had 14 players. And tonight, all 100 of these players are coming together to play the ball that they have really come to love because of a fantastic coach, Chris Jones, who has embedded character into them to compete to the level that they do. And now, as you see them this year, 7-1, plus 3-0 in the conference, fifth in the state. I think they got them ranked. The Falcons, they do have some seniors as well too, but they are being led by juniors right now. Hollingsworth and McGregor. McGregor under center, or actually in the shotgun. See what kind of defensive adjustment and the offensive adjustment happens here. Handoff up through the middle. Nobody can wrap him up. Hollingsworth just knows how to move around and shuck tackles and picks up 15 yards. One play, 15 yards, averages 191 yards a game. That's right, not 91, but 191. Falcons quick up to the line, seeing if they hurry up with their wideouts, 4 wides out. We have some fans that has brought some Mike and Ike's, and I know my producer is an avid Mike and Ike eater, so I'm going to give those Mike and Ike's over to him. His hands are looking, I might have to feed him because his hands are so black here. Nice tackle by them. We also have some fans that will probably be on TV with us as well too here, because they are hyper Windsor advocates. In fact, he has a Windsor Wizards shirt on that it looks like it's a football over the top of it. You'll get to see that as well too. You guys football players? No? Flag football? You play some tackle? Okay. Do you play here in Windsor? In Fort Collins, okay. Fort Collins is just a little town up north of us. Houses Colorado State University, who has a big game tomorrow against Air Force. They've won 5 games in a row after losing to, yes, that team down in Alabama, that #1 team, which we did give some spirited effort against them, and hopefully those Ken and Kim will give us a little shout that they like our CSU teams. All right, we're back on the field. We're going to try to get these kids, and we're going to go back here. 2nd and 9. What's McGregor got up his sleeve? He hands off to West. West shoots around the outside, picks up 12 yards, gets the first down, and quite an adjustment. West, typically a good receiver, gets the handoff and shuttles around the outside. First down and 10 on the 36-yard line. McGregor checking the sidelines. I'm checking my glass of hot tea here.
Very
Make
jealous
sure I
of
don't
you.
lose my voice out here in this cold weather. Some more motion. Hollingsworth gets it, but no, in the back, tackled. Was that Capel? That looked like number 52. I want to say Zach Carnley was in there. But he had 43. Maybe Bobby's eyes are a little bit better than mine, but I was thinking that was in the 5s versus the 4s up there. But we'll give that to him, Kellen Capel. That's a linebacker. Capel. 2nd down and 10 on the 36-yard line. Little movement. Uh-oh, shuttle back. Ball's on the ground. West could not handle it. It looked like it was going to be a reverse. Short little handoff and then a quick handoff on the other side. It was pitched. Loss of 7 yards. Puts it back.
Smart move for him to just hop on it. He did have enough time to grab it and make something out of it, but coaches don't want that. they just want to let's go on to the next play.
3rd down and 18. Trick play. And I wasn't expecting a trick play out of the Falcons. You normally see them go to a passing game once it gets a little tight inside. And you'd expect it right there. Looking down the field, sees it wide open. And that's what you expect out of the Falcons. McGregor down the field.
Great throw. Hit him in stride right in the hands. We've seen him overthrow a few in that first half, but that was perfect.
Jack Wathan has just beat his man on the outside and was not caught up to. And Windsor now. Quick play. Quick bubble out to for West. West not back there. That's a lateral pass.
If he doesn't catch that's trouble.
I've seen, I don't know how many lateral passes. I'm familiar with bubble screens, but he's in the shotgun. It's a shotgun and bubble pass all at the same time with a lateral.
5-yard loss on the play.
And that's what happens. You lose it down to the 6-yard line, 5-yard loss. Can Windsor hold them? Quick, almost hands on it. Brett Freitag saw that right out of the hands, put his hands up above his heads, could not bring it down. Would have been a significant play. Puts him at 3rd and 6 now, but a play that Brett almost had could have helped out the Wizards on this last one. 3rd and 6, I think this is 4-down territory for Falcons. Can the Wizards hold them? Fake handoff to Hollingsworth, and McGregor holds it and drives all the way into the end zone right off the back of his left tackle. They pick up the touchdown on 6-yard gain. 3 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. Windsor scores on their opening drive. Falcons come back and score on their opening drive or their first drive. 42-26, PAT getting lined up right now.
Greg with the touchdown.
Number 9, Nate McGregor, going back for the PAT, if that's right, number 9. Chips it up, almost gets the hand on it, finishes it out. 42-27, 3 minutes, 2 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. This is a game that you do not want to leave. This game is going in big scores, and you want to come back and watch us. On Stream It Sports Live, we're going to take a short break. Be right back.
Who wants more peas?
Go away.
Oh, Daddy hates pop-up ads.
Go away.
Hashtag dinner time.
Scroll forward.
Shave selfie. No. Selfie.
Go forward.
Delete selfie.
Go away.
Then picture.
Bookmark. Go away.
No, post photo.
Scroll up. Scroll forward.
Hashtag gravy.
Faster. Go faster.
The First Bank mobile app. Technology has never been so easy.
All right, we got Windsor fans here. They're growing up. Are they excited about the game? Look at that. They are so excited about it. This is all about small town football. One city, one team. They come out here and they play together, and these fans are going after it. All right. Go, high five. All right, we're going to go to the kickoff now. And you just got some Mike and Ikes out of that one there, Cody. You got it together there. Kickoff.
Got to pay my boys back.
Here we go. And it barely trickles in. Puts it out on 20. That's the first touchback I've pretty much seen all season. We don't see a lot of those.
That's the only way it would happen if they didn't catch it. We haven't seen any kickers clearing it.
Yeah. 42-27, 3 minutes left in this third quarter, and both teams coming out this second half as hot as they were in the first half, both scoring on their first drives. Falcons looked very good coming down that last sequence, especially their passing game. What will the Wizards counter with? 1st and 10 on the 20. Apodaca hands it up underneath. Bounces into one of his players, bounces off the back and picks up 3 yards. Montague does not give up. That is one thing I like about fullbacks, are they like to go downhill. And when they hit something, they don't stop. They bounce and go forward again, and that was a nice play by Noah Montague. Well, exactly where they want to be. This is the type of smash mouth football that Windsor likes to play. If they can even get 4 or 5 yards per carry out of it, they like that. That's controlling the game. The Falcons, short little pitch over. Ramirez, it looked like it was going out, but a flag comes in on the backside. We are going to have a flag, most likely against Windsor. It's going to be probably a holding on the outside as Ramirez takes the cutback, and on the outside, either the tackle or possibly even a wide receiver that was in, that wingback could have possibly pulled that in. They didn't give us the number.
We have seen consistently that yellow flag on the field tonight with this group of refs.
So on the,
you're muted.
What's that? When will this be on?
2nd and 15, 2 minutes, 20 seconds running.
Probably about a day or two it'll be on.
Windsor does like to keep that clock running, especially here in the second half.
All right, well, we had the gallery over here asking if they were going to be on at what time, and we gave them some information on that. 2nd down and 13. Underhand handoff. Nice quick cut. Nice play, picking up 12 yards. Back to about a... And now there's a flag on the backfield.
I think it's that same ref.
That is on the back line, and I'm trying to figure out what happened. That's a personal foul. Couldn't be a holding. That was pretty late in the holding call. It could be against the Wizards. Nope, they're pointing towards the Falcons. 64 was the one that was around it. Personal foul against the Falcons. That must have been a frustration foul. So not only did he pick up the 12, he's going to get 15 yards from that 12, puts it in a 1st down, bringing the ball all the way up to the 44-yard line. Bobby sees the chains moving, brings in the crowd, makes sure that everybody knows it is a 1st down. I pour a nice fresh cup of tea right here for me, keep that voice going. And I tell you, the fans out here are staying. They are ones that are stalwart. They like the cool weather, but they like the hot team out on the field. Falcons looking like they're crowding the box. Nothing much through there. They're making sure nothing's coming through. Quick pitch on the outside. Right there, number 2, Salazar finds the seam again, has the speed, switches the ball to the out hands. Can he outrun him? The sophomore, Salazar, found the seam and did not stop. Salazar did look like he got tackled, and that knee looked like it got planted pretty hard. But I think it's he's walking it off. Good that he's not coming off. He's not limping at this time. He's feeling okay. Tonight is a night of big plays. Plays that are plus 25, 30 yards, whether they're a touchdown or they're plays where people are on their heels and they can move it down the field. That puts them at the 16-yard line with 1:05 left in this third quarter. The Wizards coming out, doing some magical stuff with their wizardry on the field.
See what you did there?
I did. Tried to weave that in there. The Falcons, on the other hand, are trying to sight it down and see if they can put it in, and they sighted that one down and brought it down. John Morgan, the junior, 5'9", 165 pounds. Clock's running, 30 seconds. I'm thinking that Windsor's just going to let it run through. Got the sideline right now. Jones is trying to send somebody out for a play. That clock's running down to 17. Plays just being called. If they can get something off on here, I will be surprised at 10. Apodaca going up under center. He does get it off with the quick pitch out. Salazar again, seeing if he can cut it out around the outside, but nothing to it. The pursuit's there. The clock expires for the third quarter. 42-27. Salazar loses about 3 yards, but they are in a position. Now it'll be 3rd and 9, it looks like, what they'll have. We're going to take a short time out here with our sponsors and bring it back to you on the fourth quarter. Don't go away. Stream It Sports Live. This is a hot game up here in northern Colorado.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores.
All right, we're back here, start of the fourth quarter, 42-27. First play, Apodaca hands off quickly. Finds a seam along that left side, gets around the outside. Nice blocking by Windsor to create that lane on the outside.
And the clock is moving. That's exactly what the Wizards want here in the fourth quarter.
We do.
4th down and 5 for Windsor.
4th and 5.
4th down and 4.
Looks like Coach Jones is going to keep it with the quarterback, Apodaca. He's going to run it out there. Switching his lineup out there, bringing 22 out. Montague coming off. Salazar having some success early on, finding some of those seams. See what they're going to make this play on. Overloading. Oh, he had a hole, but could not go up in it. Backs out of it. Salazar had the hole to go 3 yards to 4 yards. Backs out of it. Great play by the Falcons. Sniffed it out. And now they're over on downs. 11 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Hey, we want to thank our sponsors, First Bank, Schrader Oil, and Pedersen Toyota. If you'd like to be a partner with us and become a sponsor, send us a message at RMCCOY. That's RM McCoy at streamitsports.com, and he will contact you with the information you need. Hey, let our sponsors know how much you appreciate them bringing you this live high school football action. Well, Hollingsworth going right back to his job, which is to move the ball down the field. Gets 6 yards.
Number 52, Zach Conley. Ball carrier 4.
Zach Conley gets the tackle.
7-yard gain of play. Bring up 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, I want to talk about some of the other seniors out here, too, as we get onto the line. You're going to see Victor Bravo Gomez, the defensive lineman out here. He will be out here trying to play. That's a quick around, and then McGregor slides and gets the first down.
Wizards need to be careful. He's sliding, and they're still kind of trying to get that tackle down. Need to stop themselves a little sooner. I know it's more the professionals that they're really, working on that, but in the high school ranks, players need to be aware.
Yep, don't hit them late. So Victor, number 31, was doing a great job. Number 34, Gerald Mack, our senior tonight, too, out there on the field. Fake handoff, and they found him down the field. Nice 10-yard, 11-yard gain. Fake handoff draws the linebackers up, leaves him open.
Chains are moving.
Gregor's starting to see some rhythm in his offense, and with Windsor Wizards not scoring on that possession, they're looking to see if they can go down and get back into this game.
Still hanging in with the run game, too, here with about just under 10 minutes to play in the fourth.
3 yards. Hollingsworth running it. Capel with the tackle. Gregor looks it over. Hollingsworth looking like if he can get an extra 3 or 4 yards out of it, falls forward, then gets pushed back. Puts it down at 3rd and 3. These are the types of plays that Windsor wants to feast on. See if their defense can be the stalwart to stop them. 42-27. It's a 15-point game. 2 scores. That's 2 touchdowns. One PAT plus 1 2-point conversion can get them back into this game. Windsor not trying to give him that opportunity here in the fourth quarter. McGregor gets bumped once, twice, but he keeps spinning and gets down, picks up 6 yards. Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth just did everything he needed to do to get that 6 yards and get the first down for the Falcons, who have played well this second half, moving the ball. This is their
need to hurry it up just a little bit.
It's 8:51 left on the fourth quarter. Hollingsworth again up through the middle. Lots of wine-colored and corn-colored jerseys. Yes, in Windsor, you might want to call it maroon and gold, but if you try the stalwart fans, those are wine and corn colors. They're dark, and that's the origin of this place. Great city up here in northern Colorado. Flourishing, great people, great school. Underneath, McGregor had no problems finding him there. Nice cut. Trying to see, that was West. West made a nice move. Up and slant in. 3rd and 2. Last time it was to Hollingsworth, and Hollingsworth was able to cut up through the middle. Nope, McGregor holds on to it. He rides the back of his big stalwart left tackle. Almost a guard, about 5 yards. It's almost like rugby, where you get the scrum going, you get right on the back of him, and you ride him all the way down, and that's good football. That's the original football. First down and 10, 7 minutes, 51 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Ball on the 36-yard line. McGregor hands it off to Hollingsworth. Does he get him wrapped up? He does. Great play.
And they continue to.
Kellen Capel, number 43, just dives between 2 offensive linemen and gets into the backfield and wraps up the ankles of Hollingsworth, who could have easily broken at least 10, 15 extra yards out of that one because nobody beyond him after he was running.
They're continuing to stick with the run here with just about 7 minutes left.
Clock's running down. Up underneath, Hollingsworth. Nice. Ball down. Recovered by Skyline. Ball bounces back about 3 yards from where Hollingsworth had the ball.
What a bounce.
3rd and 9. 3rd and 10. Puts it all the way back to the original chains. McGregor looking over. Got Hollingsworth in the backfield. 4 out. Some movement on the outside. He's looking downfield, and he sees a seam pass, and they get a touchdown out of it. 3 men around him, but do not cover him, allowing him to just sift it in there. You got to give credit to McGregor. McGregor saw it, had the protection, just gets it down the field, and the defensive backs just not picking up that. Makes it 42-33.
What a throw. He looked off the cornerback on the left, looked off the safety,
Yep.
Came back to his right, saw a receiver coming right down the middle, hit him right in stride for the touchdown. Nice toss there.
Well, where Windsor could not score, Skyline does with a big play, and we talk about these blocked. A blocked PAT. Now, I'm not understanding why the clock went. The score now is 42-45. They went the wrong way. That should be. I don't think that's the right score.
Should be 33-42.
42-33. They incorrectly put it. Now they put it right back on there. 2 PATs lost by Skyline today.
One was the 2-point conversion, so that's 3 points on the board.
And it was a PAT opportunity, but Windsor went offside, so they decided to go, yep, you're right, for the 2-point conversion. But 2 extra point environments that they have miscued on. That puts it back to a 9-point game instead of an 8-point game.
And then you take the 2 points away, it could have been a possibly 1-score game.
Exactly. 6:37 left. Big play coming across the middle for the block. Untouched. Now you got to watch out for onside kick. If you're playing this right and you knew that you're not aggressively going after balls on the onside kick, this is one that you're going to have to be watching. Overloading to the right a little bit. Everybody should be ready. Skyline, number 27. Moses Rivera looks it up, kicks it down the field.
And it was touched.
It is touched. He needs to bring the ball back out. He can run. The ball is touched.
That was a...
So without ball control, they're saying that it goes to a touchback.
Skyline's their coaching staff isn't blowing up how we almost, but
not a traditional thing that you'd see there. An up man tries to field it, ball goes through his fingers, ball bounces into the end zone. The back picks up the ball, starts running out, and then they have
automatically called. Yeah.
Yep. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in this game. Flex fear going there. Ramirez could not find anything. That was sniffed out by the Falcons. If a Falcon could sniff, they do have senses there, but they have great eyes to be able to look in. Flag on the play. We are looking for what the call is. That would move people back, typically a holding or a blocking. Unsportsmanlike conduct inside. That is not what you want to do after getting down. 2nd and 18. Uncharacteristic for the Windsor Wizards, especially in a game where you need to seal the game. You're up by 9, and now you're on your heels at 2nd and 21.
And you want to pass, or you want to run it to keep that clock moving, but...
And the Falcons, and the clock is running now, 6:10, but you're right.
But they broke big plays all game.
Right, now you're almost a guarantee only 2 plays here and having to kick it. Inside handoff, getting some yardage, finding it in there, gets the first down. Noah going all the way. He has blockers. He goes in for the longest touchdown of the game by the Windsor Wizards. He dodges the Falcons on the line. Give it up to number 24, Noah Montague, the junior fullback, runs. That was a 94-yard run. Is that correct? I want to get the official yardage on that one. But that was, I think, a 94 or 96 yard. I was thinking it was 94. Montague sidesteps as he comes around the outside, then goes straight up the middle, and his pure speed beats the rest of the team.
The refs are talking to each other, and everyone's a little confused.
There is no flag on the field. I do not see a flag. Jones talking to the sideline. Are they going to call this back? Are they going to call the touchdown back, or are they going to call?
I saw a ref express a great deal of anger, and I'm not too sure why.
Sideline interference on Windsor. It's still a touchdown. It's just a penalty. Yep. Since the ref was running down the field and the sideline was too close to it and he tripped, that's a penalty for sideline, but it does not interrupt the touchdown. They have not put the numbers there. They did put the numbers on the board. It's 48-33.
That could have been bad if the rules were just written a little differently.
I think there was a big hush in Montgomery, Alabama. I wonder if they're going to pull that one back, but it was a perfect play
got official word, 91-yard touchdown, longest probably of the season too.
91 yards. 91 yards. We're going to talk to him about that. That would be the longest from, especially a rushing one. A rushing one. Typically, you see those. Broghammer, perfect for the night. 49-33. 5:47 left in the fourth quarter. Windsor puts some cushion away. Teenham. We'll take a short timeout right now with our sponsors. Come right back. This is a fantastic game here on Stream It Sports Live.
Wants more peas.
91, huh?
Everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Yep. Well, Broadway has the Rockettes. The Windsor Wizards have the cheerleaders, and they do this for every point scored, every touchdown, and they're doing 49 of them for Windsor. They are going to be a little tired after doing 49, 42. What was the previous one? There was 37.
My hammies would be gone.
35. Yes, they were doing them all. Windsor now with the penalty on the kickoff gets moved back. Squib kick along that sideline. Ball goes out of bounds, which is okay because it puts the ball still at the 35-yard line, so they only got about 6 yards that they would have probably given up on the whole thing. Smart play. That was Broghammer that kicked that off, too. Broghammer. Some questions where the ball's spotted. Even though the ball is moved back to the 30 and the kickoff is there, it's still, I think, considered the 35-yard line, right?
We've been challenged here a few times, Eric, with some of these rules on these
might have to grab the book.
Plays.
Oh, they have the choice of re-kick. So they will go for the re-kick, but that would be another penalty yardage back, I think.
Yeah, scoot it back a little more, probably to the 20-yard line.
We're getting into a couple of the rules book areas that we're going to have to
pretty far
start
in there
pulling
tonight.
there. And this is high school rules football we're talking about, not pro, so don't pull out your NFL rules book. We're not out here to this more high school. National Federation of High School Sports. The Windsor Palm team. I do want to clarify that. I do agree. We did say the cheerleaders, these are the Palm teams that was doing it.
We got a good support staff around it to keep me and you, Eric, smart around these parts.
Nux, yep, to it. They're up on boxes as well, too. They get some good views of this game, and they have to be happy seeing it 49-33, a 16-point lead with 5:47 left. Those are 2 touchdowns and 2 PAT, extra point PATs. 2-point conversions could happen. Squib kick again on the ground, picked up. What's the coverage look like? Pursuit, 45, tracks him down. Solo tackle by Austin Simper, the sophomore defensive lineman.
Jack Wade in the return for Skyline. There's a penalty on the return.
Is that a block in the back, or?
The Zebras today are throwing that flag out there tonight.
Holding on the return, looks like. They have eagle eyes out there. The Falcons not liking what he sees, but he knows that they're going to have to take that 10 yards back, putting it back on the 37-yard line of their own side of the division line. All right, 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in this game. Falcons, a potent offense, can definitely move the ball down even in a single play. We saw it earlier tonight, 67-yard single play by Hollingsworth. What will they do now? Overloaded on the right side. Quick reverse, West. West picks up the ball on the reverse. Gets 11 yards.
Pushed out of bounds by the Wizards. First down.
Clock stops with the ball out of bounds.
Ball placed on the 49-yard line.
49-yard line. Windsor 3-0 in conference, ranked 5th in the state, playing ball very well here on their home field. Defensively, they're trying to hold a potent Skyline Falcons team that plays very well. I mean, averaging 50 points a game, held them to 33 right now, is quite an event. McGregor trying to craft up another drive, get the Falcons back in this game. Hands off up through the middle. Nobody could touch him. Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth is a big, big player. Crafty player, comes in off that right tackle, then spreads it out around the outside. Timeout, looks like a injury timeout. Coming over to the near sideline, we can't see it right now what number it is that's on the field. We've got a lot of, well, thankfully, the Windsor players are kneeling in honor and making sure there's respect to see if they can honor their comrade out there on the, he is in pain. We are going to take a short timeout here while they try to figure out how well he's going to be able to come out of it. That's number 1, Brandon Ramirez. Is that right? Jeremy. Oh. Sorry about that. I was looking at my sheet here, and I was... oh, it's the Skyline team. Sorry about that. Jeremy Hollingsworth. He is up. He's working, feeling good. He's a great player, and you definitely don't want that kind of injury there. Making it over to the sideline okay. I think he's going to be all right. Have to sit out for one of the plays. 4 minutes, 56 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Big game here between two 7-1 teams. Skyline trying to get into this game here, down 16. Could score quickly. Hand off to West, who veers out a little bit further. Pursuits there, couldn't get him. Solo tackle.
And the clock stopped. I thought his knee hit the ground before.
Yep, they're keeping the clock running.
Didn't see from that side, Judge.
Yeah, Salazar doing a Superman tackle there. Jumping out, flying through the air, both feet off the ground, wraps him up and brings him down. Clock still ticking, 4 minutes, 15 seconds. Ball up through the middle. There is a flag. And a tackle pulled down on the outside by Brett Freitag. Flag up in the middle. Typically that's a holding. Stalwart fans out here staying in the cold, enjoying watching their team with the lead. It looks like it's going to go against Windsor. Face mask, 5 yards. Incidental contact on there. 5 yards, puts him in a first down. Ball on the 11-yard line, 12-yard line. So they do have an opportunity to get another first down if they can make it through there. Clock starts up again. 3:58 left on the clock as it runs. Skyline in the red zone. Very successful in the red zone. Up underneath, pass. No advancement, so they're going to stop it there on the half-yard line. 52, Zach Carnley, this senior. We talk about those seniors. Zach Carnley, number 52, number 51, Vaughn Oliva. Fake handoff. McGregor just follows behind the right guard, pounds it in, puts 6 on the board, makes it 49-39, 10-point game. You'd expect a 2-point conversion opportunity here. Would put them within 7. 3:29, this game is not over. Two-point conversion looking on. Last 2-point conversion was a pass over the top, the back of the end zone. Tight end slipped by him. Slant does not get their flag over the back.
I think all the flags in Windsor were just thrown.
That's right, and those flags are not whipping around in the wind. Those are flags that are on the ground, calling that was a right call. It was a penalty. That puts the ball right up there on the, half-yard line? That half-yard line, that's a dive, just like what McGregor did before. He was beat on the slant. Can this defense hold them? 2-point conversion would make it a 49-41 game with 3 minutes, 29 seconds left. Right now it's 49-39, fourth quarter. 2-point conversion, ball on the 1.5-yard line. Quick snap, Apodaca runs into the back, could have been tackled, does not. Apodaca. McGregor runs into his own man. Wizards were in the backfield, but could not wrap him up. Gets a 2-point conversion. This is an 8-point game with 3 minutes, 29 seconds left. We're going to take a brief timeout here with our sponsors here on Stream It Sports Live. 3 minutes, 29, 49-41. This game is not over yet.
Wherever it is you want to go, all you need to see is the next 200 feet. That's how life unfolds. A leap of faith. Even if you can't see it, your destination is out there. So just keep going, and you'll get there. 200 feet at a time. The Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, if you were looking at this game over-under and you had 90 points as being one of those numbers that it would be at, you would be surprised, and hopefully you bet over. Strong kickoff there to the Windsor Wizards from the Falcons, who just scored it, made it an 8-point game. Reversing the field, seeing if he can come back around. Gets shoestring tackled for about 3 yards. Could have gone a little bit further there. That was Wyatt Adams, just could not get out and around. 3 minutes, 22 seconds left in this game. This is clock control. 3 minutes, 22 seconds. If you can garner 3 to 4 yards per carry, keep moving the ball forward, grinding off that clock 30 seconds at a time. Know that the Falcons are going to try to keep that clock stopped as often as they can. Quick handoff around the outside. Salazar only about 2 yards. Timeout expected. Skyline's going to use their timeouts. First of 3 timeouts they have. Making it 2nd and 8. We want to talk a little bit about the seniors here. We talked a little about number 36, Joel Kopkow. Linebackers played really well tonight. 34, Gerald Mack, the senior. Number 38, Nate Cole. We want to give a shout out to him and his family, along with as well as 39, Isaiah Corrigan. And number 40, Logan Ewing. 47, Ben Morgan, another senior. Looking at his last game here on the Windsor field. They'll have practice, of course, but no more games. Number 51, Vaughn Oliva. And number 52, Zach Carnley. Number 55, Manny Barros Gonzalez. And 59, Juan Garcia, the seniors there. 2nd and 8. Apodaca hands it off on that side. Big hole. Runs it all the way down to a 1st down. Flag comes in late. Question is that a personal foul on the way he was pile driving him in there? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. 8-yard gain. It will be against the Falcons. Personal foul. Face mask. It will be a 5-yard, so incidental contact on that. That should also mean that the clock should run on that one. 3 minutes, 8 seconds left. Clock's going. Apodaca runs to the sideline, the senior. Has a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10, clock running. Looks over the line, no rush to make the play. Clock to his back, so he didn't know how much was ran off. Uh-oh. Falcons, smart play, run the offensive player out of bounds. Clock is still going, so there was no progress. And since there was no progress, even though Montague was running there, they're going to call it as a nonstop play. 2:26 on the clock. Skyline not calling another one of those timeouts. You would expect that they would be trying to stop the clock. Coach Jones, smart, just letting the play mature, get his team going out there, no rush. Overloaded on the left side. Some movement going. Handoff. Thrown down, number 9, Jaden Trout, the senior. Timeout now by Skyline. That puts it at 3rd and 11. They wanted to save their timeouts till it was at least maybe a 3rd or a 4th down. It's 3rd and 11. I want to talk about those other seniors that are out there. Number 55, Manny Gonzalez. 59, Juan Garcia. 64, Zach Watts. Zach Watts going to be going up to Wyoming next year. Number 71, James Isborn, offensive lineman. 72, Sean Mosier. 78, Josh Bach, and also number 80, Braden Pedersen, the wide receiver. All of those guys have been great seniors. Seniors that have brought last year's team into a presence of 7-1, trying to move on to 8-1 with 1:55 seconds left in this game against Skyline. 3rd and 10. Pitch out to Ramirez. Ramirez
when you're looking for a face mask, maybe even a horse collar. I mean, he was really around that neck area.
Wrapped up. 4th and 6. Timeout Skyline, and that might be their last timeout for the game. Only 2nd. I'd have to be a 3rd timeout in this second half. Well, this is where fans start getting a little nervous. Fans get nervous because you weren't able to run the clock out, and you have a potent offense on the other end that can definitely score at will.
Score very fast.
1:50 seconds left on the clock. And I think some Windsor fans are a little nervous, but hoping that that defense that has been improving every game throughout the year has something in their pocket that they'll come out and be able to make the stop on the Falcons. Falcons, McGregor, Hollingsworth, and West, and their team knows how to move the ball very well. Well, first things first, you do need to get a kickoff and make sure it gets down there and you do coverage appropriately. Execution is key here. Soccer-style kick, not going to happen. Ramirez gets it down there. Fair catches at the 24-yard line. 1:45 seconds left in this game, 49-41. I know the fans that are listening to this and watching this on live stream TV are a little nervous out there. I know the fans out here are rattling the stands. You can hear the rumble in the Rockies happening down there. Windsor High School defense looking like they're putting a heavy linebacker play in there, making sure that nothing happens. Up through the middle, Hollingsworth. Craftley runs up 7 yards.
And they're still committed to the run.
Minute 35 seconds, clock's running. They were looking for a big play. They are going to rush the play up there. Clock still running. Quick snap up. McGregor in the backfield looking down. Finds him on the seam.
What a pass.
Clock stops as the chains move. Up to the 50-yard line. As soon as the chains and the ball's set. Ball should start now. Clock should start running. 1:15. Hurry up. Can the Wizards get the stop? McGregor in the backfield. Almost tackled. Was able to shuck it. Gets hit. Clock's running. Hit in the back. Clock still running. 58 seconds.
His lead blocker didn't know that his quarterback decided to run it. He stopped playing.
Everybody running back in there. 50 seconds left. 2nd and 8. McGregor gets the snap. Shoots it down. Puts it now at 3rd and 8.
That's a big play. Big play just to sit there and spike it.
Stops the clock at 47 seconds. This has been a fun game to watch. Both teams try and find ways to win. Number 56, Bo Little, the junior, trying to get not only his team but the fans to be loud and proud to see if this defense can stop this potent Falcon offense. McGregor's looking it over. Clock stopped because of the timeout. 3rd and 7. This is a 4-down territory. McGregor in the backfield, sees him coming up and underneath.
First down.
Keeping him in. Does not tackle him, bouncing him around. Down inbounds. Clock stops at 35.9 seconds as they move the chains. However, it'll start right as they set the ball again. 35-yard line. Clock starts. 34 seconds. First down. McGregor smart. Kills the ball. 2nd and 10 allows them to now set their play. 32.8 seconds left in this game. McGregor looking over the sideline. West out on the left side, his favorite receiver. Hollingsworth in the backfield. Windsor defense looking for his fans and his teams to give some loud courage, loud noise. McGregor, shotgun in the back, looking for. Quickly steps out of bounds.
What a
nice
perfect
8-yard play.
Perfect
West.
Play call there.
Yep, just danced down 8 yards. Now he's within 28 yards, 27.8 seconds left on the clock. 3rd and 3. You know these are out passes, nothing up through the middle. Fans up, wanting their defense to be able to make a stop. 3rd and 2. McGregor in the backfield, looking downfield, has him wide open.
Did he get out of bounds? Yes, he did.
Yes, he does at the 4-yard line. Skyline able to make the play all the way down to the 4-yard line. 20.8 seconds left on the clock. Ball clock running right now. Should be running right now. No. Oh no, he called it. He was out of bounds, wasn't he?
And the coaching staff at Windsor is just a little confused. I don't think he knew that they went out of bounds.
Defensive call at the last moment here.
One-on-one on the left, slant pass.
And a touchdown.
A flag is on the field.
That was a horse collar. That was a horse collar. Caught him on the back. That won't go until you apply that on the kickoff. 49-47, 15.7 seconds left in this game.
What a catch. It looked like the DB was about to jump and get it, but he threw his hands out there.
Yep.
Quick snatch. We got ourselves a game here with 15 seconds left.
49-47, 2-point conversion. You know that Skyline's going to go after it. Those missed PATs and 2-point conversions now stack up against it. Timeout for Skyline. That must be their last timeout. We're going to stay here right with you on this game. 49-47, 15.7 seconds left. 2-point conversion, going after it. The last one, they were successful. McGregor keeps it, runs into the back of his own man, but then was able to get around him and get into the end zone. The first 2-point conversion opportunity was on the first touchdown that the Falcons tried to do early on in this game. And in that play, they looked at the back of the end zone to their tight end and was thrown over the top of his hands, out, in and out of his hands. So a variety of players that can make this play for Skyline. All hinges on this one play, and every fan within Windsor is on their feet. Lots of noise. One split right. Eligible receivers already identified. 2-point conversion is made. It is a tie game, 49-49. Windsor had a 16-point lead, 49-33, but you knew the Falcons were ready to continue on and march down the field, and they bring it back. 2-point conversions on 2 touchdowns, ties the game up at 15.7 seconds in the game.
Great job by they just never gave up.
49-49. Who would have thought that 98 points would be on the field and that at this point in time could go into extra periods right here? That was a nice play by Skyline. They ISO'd on the outside, made the cut in, and then went to the sideline and rolled out. And the DB took the cut, really took the bite on the end because he didn't want the slant. And then that just allowed him to roll out and throw it. Well, you're getting your money's worth here. You are getting some high school football that 2 teams at 7-1 don't want to walk away from here without it being 8-1 for their own team. Now the question is, what will the teams do here to win this game? Momentum's in Skyline's hands right now. Fielded up early, clock's running, 14.2 seconds. Scrambling around the outside, holding on the ball down at the 36-yard line, leaving 9.1 seconds left on the clock. Well, fans, unless something miraculous happens here, we are going to go to some extra time.
Which I wouldn't put it out of Windsor's capabilities. They've had a lot of big plays here.
I have more than enough hot tea. In fact, I got an extra thermos here that I could drink.
You are the worst.
So we are in the great situation here for making sure we can bring this great live stream broadcast to you on Stream It Sports. Apodaca pitches it out wide. Salazar's had some promise out there. 3.7 seconds left, does not get through there. Decides to string it out. You knew that they were going to push him to the sideline. Yep. There should be. Well, 3.7 seconds. You do not do a Hail Mary here. I think what you do is you stick with your guns, and before those guns were Ramirez, Montague, Salazar, misdirection coming back against it, cutting back like what you see there. Can he get around? He cannot get released. Tackled down, the end of regular session at regulation, 49-49. We go to overtime. Offensive series of downs, similar to college, within the college rules where you're going to be set up on the 25-yard line. They'll do a coin toss. We're going to allow them to do the coin toss. We're going to step away for a quick timeout here on Stream It Sports Live. We'll bring you back to some really exciting extra period time.
Who wants more peas?
Go away.
Oh, Daddy hates pop-up ads.
Go away.
Hashtag Dinner time.
Scroll forward.
Choose selfie. No. Selfie.
Scroll forward.
Delete selfie.
Go away.
Send picture.
Bookmark. Go away.
No, post photo.
Scroll up. Scroll forward.
Hashtag gravy.
Faster. Go faster.
The First Bank mobile app. Technology has never been so easy.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Wherever it is you want to go, all you need to see is the next 200 feet. That's how life unfolds. A leap of faith. Even if you can't see it, your destination is out there. So just keep going, and you'll get there. 200 feet at a time. The Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, end of regulation. 49-49, exactly what you didn't think was going to happen with a 98-point game. Walking out to midfield, this is not the beginning of the game, but it's the beginning of overtime, and they're going to be flipping a coin using college rules. They'll find a side that they're going to do after the flip of the coin, who gets possession and which side they want to go after first. And then each one of them gets opportunities to score. Looking over to the sideline, Zach Watts kind of going, do you want me you receive, or do you want to use possession first, or do you not want the possession first? Looks like Skyline won the toss. They choose, Windsor's choosing to go down to the concession stand side, so that'd be to your right. That would be the south end. I was looking at the concession stand, which is closed right now, so I guess we get no food tonight after the game. We'll have to go to one of the local eateries around here, which some great eateries. But it will
still
be
open.
Yep, and it looks like Skyline is going to have possession first. They won the toss. They'll take it as a first offensive possessions. See if Windsor can stop them, and then they'll turn it right back around and see if we can see if Windsor can perform and put something on. Referees double checking on things. Now they're swapping it again. Okay, so now I'm going to erase everything I said about who had possession and who's on defense, and we're going to say that Windsor has the ball first and Skyline's on defense. So if you're watching this game, don't take my first message on who got the ball first, but the second one. I think Max Fink already had it figured out. He's our cameraman, doing an excellent job. Thank you, Max. Have a great producer here, Cody McCoy.
Welcome back to the States, Eric. For those that don't know, Eric was
yes
a few days ago in Scotland.
Yes, we were in Scotland, and
you actually got home 2 hours ago, and
yes,
was still able to pull this game off with a voice.
Priorities. There are priorities out here, and priorities is calling a great game, and I'm so glad I got a chance to experience this. Big shout out to Randy McCoy and David Haase. Hopefully they're doing well. Hopefully they're watching this game. They're probably warmer than us right now. My toes are frozen off, but
yep.
I am just excited about this game. Quick pitch on the outside. Ramirez.
Horse collar.
Almost gets it down to the 4-yard line.
My gosh, they had his horse collar and pulled. I'm not sure what the ref was.
So interesting enough, it started at the 10-yard line versus the 25. So typically in a college one, you're back at the 25 and you get opportunities to get first downs. This one's 10 and zone line to gain. You got to get all the way to that end zone. You also have a clock running, but it's not time. It's just when they need to stop there. 3rd and 2. Not sure why the clock's running 17 seconds, but it is 3rd and 5 right now. Odd. That must be just a miscue because you don't have time restrictions on your
and it just adds
possession.
Just a hue of stress, I would think, from the huddle.
Fortunately, there's no buzzers. Apodaca coming over to talk to Coach Jones. They need to have this punched into the end zone. 3rd and 4. What do they have up their sleeve that can get this into the end zone? Because you know the Falcons are going to come back and try to put this in. Hand up underneath. Apodaca keeps the ball, fakes the handoff to Montague. He scoots out around the left side, puts a 6er on the board, giving the Windsor Wizards a lead, 55-49. Julia Brockheimer will have to come out for the PAT.
Great bootleg call there.
Nice, a lot of pressure up inside, good fake handoff. I think that was Montague that was trying to go up on the right side. He drew everybody in. Fantastic play. Now,
she's been money all night.
You do know that this is a critical PAT. There is somebody offsides. Offsides by
Penalty on the play. The offsides on Skyline.
Is that declined? They're going to decline it? That actually is an interesting ploy, because that interesting ploy is almost a freeze, not like our toes are frozen, but you could say that could freeze a kicker. So in that process,
without any timeouts, yeah, that maybe
it is. It is an interesting play. So Julia, perfect on the night. Can they hold and protect her? Everything's in execution, down and up, and Julia hits the PAT without a doubt, picks up the T and walks off, runs off. Her team slaps her, saying this senior has done it all tonight. Perfect, giving it 56-49, but the game's not over yet. The Falcons get their chance at striking again. Ball set on the 10-yard line. Good contingent of Falcon fans up here watching the game. They're going to root their team on to see if they can get into the end zone. What's Windsor's team look like? Lots of sound from the sidelines. Players lifting their arms. James Isborn on the sidelines, raising his hands. The senior wanting to have everybody participate. Hollingsworth up through the middle, gets stuffed. Little misdirection with West coming along the outside, along underneath McGregor. 2nd and 10.
And the ladies are still kicking their legs, trying to get to 56.
They are. They are not stopping. The pom-poms just finished it up, but now can the Windsor defense hold them? Here comes a pass. Fake underneath. McGregor gets the ball. Gets down to the 5-yard line, makes it 3rd and 5. Same situation that the Wizards were in previously. They were 3rd and 4. Falcons looking over to the sideline. What do they have? Do they have a similar play that the Wizards played on them? McGregor motions West underneath, hands off underneath, almost gets wrapped up, keeps falling forward, gets to the 2-yard line. 4th and 2. Windsor fans, it all comes down to one play. One play that either seals this victory or puts it into a PAT. McGregor with Hollingsworth in the backfield. Shotgun. Fake handoff to Hollingsworth. Quick throw to the tight end that comes across through the middle. Gets the touchdown. Makes it a 56-55. I do want you to remember earlier on in the game, a PAT was blocked by Windsor.
Oh, that's right. Wow.
That was what made it happen. So now Windsor, if they can find a way.
They're going for two. They didn't even think twice about sending the kicker out.
Falcons are saying, hey, we're going to try to win this one. Forget the kick. We're going to try to win this one. 3 stacked out wide. 3 on 2. Mismatch on the outside. Timeout by Chris Jones. Gutsy play by the Falcons, but they have been doing very well on their 2-point conversions. I think my toes are warmer now. So much heat going on, excitement.
Oh, I'm numb.
111 points on the board right now. The Falcons wanting to make it 113. Wow. You know that. They're going for the 2-point conversion. Coach Jones making sure everybody knows what they need to do out there to execute on this defense. The Falcons, Coach Michael Silva has done a tremendous job in building this team over the last 3 years. Has a potent offense that can score. He's used it already. 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter to get him back in with two 2-point conversions that have happened. Similar set before. ISO's on the outside. Stretching them. Now the only question is, what does the defense do? Anybody sliding off the line? McGregor looking around. Can the defense make the big play? Fake the handoff to Hollingsworth. Nope. Missed call. Windsor Wizards win. Bumping going on in the end zone. Could have been called as an interference, but not by the line judge. And the Windsor Wizards win their game 56-55 and walk away by the skin of their teeth on a high-scoring game. A total of 111 points, 56-55. In overtime, the Windsor Wizards win the game for the seniors. And as they come out now and line up and give high fives to both teams, you got to give credit to both teams for the way they fought through this game and how they were. Give it to Skyline for them getting back into this game, executing, being able to tie the game up in regulation at 49. And as they walk away, a bad taste in their mouth, thinking that they should have had an interference or at least a push on that, could not get it.
I can't blame him. It was a bang-bang play.
Bang-bang play. Skyline goes now to 7-2. Windsor goes to 8-1 with one more game against Fort Collins next week. That game comes to you live on Stream It Sports. You'll be hearing that with our broadcast partners, Randy McCoy and David Haase, who will be bringing that game to you live on Stream It Sports Live. Well, what a great evening. Seniors are introduced. We have high-scoring games, big plays, and it comes all down to one play. And in that last play, it's busted up, and the Windsor Wizards continue to be perfect in conference at 4-0, and Skyline moves to 2-2. Well, we want to thank our sponsors tonight, and we thank you for joining us from afar as well as local. And remember, here on Stream It Sports Live, you get the opportunity to watch this again because this is instant classic on Stream It Sports Live. For Max Fink on the camera, and Cody McCoy as a producer, my name is Eric Friehauf. We thank you for joining us, and good night.
Windsor High School football, live on Stream It Sports Northern Colorado, has been brought to you by Schrader Oil, fuel your day, by Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy, and by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good.